You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
One of the harder parts in life is letting go of someone after they pass, of course.
Yeah.
And I guess these days cemeteries aren't really a big thing. I mean, they're obviously still around, but it's...
They're also getting like there's too many.
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
Like cemeteries, there's less plots available.
Exactly. So a lot of people are opting for a cremation, which generally means you're going to have an ash. You're going to be spreading the ashes in a little ceremony after the funeral and whatever. And we were talking to someone here from Fresh. We were at the Velo Adelaide 500 last week. And he was telling us about his mate over in Sydney who decided to scatter a dear friend's ashes in Watson's Bay. Now, Watson Bay is a pretty fancy area in Sydney. You got nothing but, you know, your Kyle and Jackie O's hanging out there.
Yeah. Pretty schmick.
Yeah. So the family's all gone down there, gone to the shoreline, and they've decided we're going to obviously scatter the ashes in the ocean or the bay there.
Yeah.
And off they've gone, scattered the ashes. As soon as they've done that, a big wave has sort of hit and the ashes have come flying back up all through their hair.
Wow. So it's
Hair,
it's stuck
shirt.
to them.
Yeah, they're taking him home with them.
Okay, so almost,
There's a little piece of him in all of us.
it's almost a little bit redundant even doing it. You literally got him stuck to you.
Yeah, I mean, and these are the things. I think the reason that is so funny is because it is such a sad moment where it's an emotional moment where you're there all together, and then something like that happens and it breaks the sadness, and you're all just in laughter.
I think it is nice, and it does bring a bit of laughter. I've got a similar story, but I don't think it would have been that funny at all from what I gauged from it. So this dude I know was +1 to his girlfriend's like dad's funeral or something, and they'd only been dating for about 2 months or so.
Yeah,
And it was
right.
some weird tradition where pretty much they mix the ashes in with a bunch of shrubbage, like leaves and flowers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they passed it around so you could grab a little bit of it, and so you could hold a flower or a little bit of the shrubs. And the +1, the boyfriend who I'm mates with, I kid you not, thought it was an eating thing.
No.
For some tradition, you had to like take a bit. He thought it was like a salad.
Look
The
around.
idiot thought it was a salad. So
Look around and see that no one else is doing that.
So +1 only dated her for 2 months. He picks up a little bit of the shrubbish, included with the ashes, and eats a little bit in front of the girlfriend.
God.
It didn't last.
Yeah,
It didn't last.
How long
not
till they
together.
broke up?
I think it was pretty soon after, to be honest. It was quite offensive.
Incredible. Your mates, honestly, that's 2 for 2 this week. You told a story about your idiot mates.
Give us a buzz now, Adelaide. Where did you scatter the ashes, and did anything happen? My grandpa passed away earlier this year, and we scattered his ashes at the old race course just here in Adelaide for the
Nice.
horse racing, because the man loved to punt back in his day.
A classy send-off. I bloody love it. Grandpa Holmes.
Hey, we're going to head over to Hallett Cove. We've got Marty on the line. Marty, mate, where did you scatter the ashes?
In New Zealand, in a lake that we used to go on holidays at all the time.
Yeah,
I
beauty.
waited till I had both parents. Both parents, I had ashes. I thought I would scatter them in the lake, so I went out there and threw them in the air. And because they are very dense and heavy and fine and grey, they just went straight to the bottom in like a foot of water.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all his kids rocked up.
Oh,
Their
no.
parents and all went down to the lake, and they're all just swimming and playing on the ashes. And I thought, wow. So, yeah.
That's me mum and dad. Get out.
School excursion gone wrong.
Summer camp. They get the water skis out.
I had to come back the next day with a shovel early in the morning and disperse the gravel and the water to try and get rid of them, because it was just a big grey matter.
Beautiful. Oh, Marty,
Not
sorry to
ideal.
hear that.
Good on you, Marty. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Hey, we've got Ben in Seaford. Ben, where did you scatter the ashes?
We're at Seaford on the cliffs, and
Yep.
it was actually my partner's uncle at the time, and we threw them off on the edge, and funny enough, as we were through them, the wind picked up and blew them all back all over us.
Ben, do they have like a certain taste, the ashes, if they go back in the mouth?
Oh, look, I can say it wasn't very pleasant, put it that way.
Well, of course. You
Yeah.
got your bloody Mrs. Uncle in your mouth, not it.
Have a bit of a shake-off. Hey, let's go to Kylie in Blakeview. Kylie, where'd you scatter the ashes?
Hey guys, we scattered them down at Galway Beach. I'm going to throw my sister under the bus a little bit here because a couple of funny things happened when she was scattering. Before she scattered, we all had brought our little urns and things like that to, put a little bit of keepsake into like a small one.
Yeah.
We're scattering our stepdad and our mum, and basically, we whipped out our little urns, and my little sister whips out a sandwich box. She's got her little system, a container, and we're like, what the heck is going on here? So she's done that, and that was like, yeah, like it was a little sandwich box, and we're just like, oh my God, poor mum's going home in the sandwich box.
Beautiful.
But then, when she scattered them as well, it just went in a big clump at the bottom of her feet, like the other guy said. It was just a disaster. But
Yeah. Jeez, you wouldn't want to confuse that sandwich box for school lunches the next day, would you?
I know. I did say to her, how's it going? Have you got an urn yet, or is she still in the sandwich box? Poor mum.
Good on you, Carly. Hey, let's go to Bree in Morfett Vale. Bree, where'd you scatter the ashes?
We actually haven't got to scattering our ashes yet, but we're very lucky because we were going to put them in my mum put them in a nice old tin.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't an urn, it was a tin, and it was a lovely, collectible tin.
Yeah.
And she'd put them in there, and we didn't realise, and we almost cashed our granddad's ashes into cash converters. We had all of them in the car, and we had all of these keepsakes that we were taking down to cash converters after we cleaned his car. And then, Mum comes running out and goes, "Don't cash in, Granddad."
Jeez, imagine trying to barter that one back as well. Trying to buy it back off the cashiers.
They're just like, sorry, love, this is priceless.
Finest keepers.
Jeez, that's no good. Bloody cashies. Good on you, Bree. Let's go to Luke over in Ingle Farm. Hey, Luke, where did you scatter the ashes, mate?
Hey, mate, it was a bit of a story. I actually was down at Glenelg.
Yeah.
I went to throw them over. It was our beloved pet, Fluffy, the bunny.
Yeah.
And it flew into my son's ice cream.
Oh, no.
And he almost got a big lick of it.
Oh. What was the pet's name?
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. Do they cremate pets at vets, or was it a homemade job?
Oh my God.
What?
Well, I don't know. I've never heard of pets cremating animals. Is that a thing?
No, it was... Yeah, no, it was a thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Chuck it in there. Chuck it in the home oven.
First rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast. The second rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
You know how people and their pets can sometimes start to look like each other?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got a pug named Bentley who's
He doesn't look like me.
he's obese.
That's offensive.
So just be aware that could be down the track for you, Tom.
I don't know who he looks like.
Fine.
Long lost uncle.
5 years on the McDonald's and maybe you and Bentley will have a few similarities.
You know, I actually had Macca's the other night with Bentley, and I had to
With
lock him.
Bentley?
No. Well,
He's a bad influence on you, Tom.
I gave him a bite of my cheeseburger, and I locked him outside of my room, and he cried for about an hour.
So it wasn't a Lady in the Tramp situation with the spaghetti.
He came so close to glory with that cheeseburger, and you absolutely shut him out.
He got a bit.
Well, you know, like our boss Sophie, she looks exactly like her poodle Archibald.
Yeah.
Like same eyes.
Yeah, it's the same eyes. The crazy eyes.
Good morning, Sophie. Well, have you ever heard about pets sounding like their owners?
No.
No.
Well, an Italian husky by the name of Aaron. I think that's hilarious.
Oh, it's always one of those when they have the human names, isn't it?
Yeah. Not even Italian, just Aaron.
Yeah. Well, he's picked up on some of his owner's Italian accent, and there's this video that's gone viral, and it's basically Aaron's Italian owner chatting to him when he replies with what only can be described as an Italian accent.
It's me, Mario.
No, that is definitely not the dog,
Is that
Aaron.
the dog? Jeez, he's even getting pretty well versed in English.
No. I believe we've got another grab there.
Rispondi a questi gatti. Bravo, ma che vuoi? Diglielo. Ah, che sono cattivi.
Can only imagine they're arguing about his portion size of the spaghetti meatballs.
Yeah. But you know what, though? I thought it was going to be really stupid, but that kind of, he does have those inflections in there.
Yeah.
But how does the dog do the hand signals with paws,
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Yesterday, my phone got repaired. I sent it to the repairers and it's all good. But for a while there, it was a bit damaged and, the screen was cracked. The back of it was cracked. There was the SD card showing. It was one of those real brutal mishaps to it.
Yeah, you might have heard one of our replays this morning from yesterday. You accidentally sent a terrible, disgusting meme to an ex-freshie who's now a podcast host of A Beautiful Nightmare.
And a respectable mother.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't want to be subjected to filthy memes from a 24-year-old.
Look, Chanel, she is a respectable mother, but she's loose as, so you're lucky. You're lucky it wasn't someone else.
I think she thought it was quite funny, to be fair. But, so my phone was broken for a while there, and I was chatting to one of the girls here at Fresh, one of the newsreaders, Danny, and she was telling me about how she's also broken her phone, and she was having a look at mine, and she's thinking, oh, yeah, this is how much it would cost to repair, because she had to do hers
She's giving
as
you
well.
a quote.
Yeah, an indirect quote
Side
from
hustle.
a non-phone repairer.
I got a guy.
Yeah, she's got a trench coat with a bunch of iPhones down the middle.
She's getting commission from one of those places in the middle of the shopping mall.
Yeah. But pretty much she was telling me, I've also broken my phone and this is how much I had to repair it for. And I asked her, I was like, how did you break yours? And she said it was water damage. So it wasn't really a cracking or anything. Yeah, the old rice trick. But she thought, hey, I'm going to get it repaired for all the water damage. And I said, how did you actually get it, wet and all that? And she said, I was in holiday in Vanuatu or something. Mm-hmm. And she said, I was taking photos of the turtles and then I got my phone wet. And I was like, oh, geez, was it really slippery? Did you, drop it in or did it splash? Yeah. And she's like, no, I put my phone under the water and took photos of the turtles. So she's literally submerged her phone. She's thought,
what was she thinking?
These turtles look great. I need to put my phone underneath the water. She slaps it underneath the water, starts taking the photos. Not even over the top.
I mean, Danny is a smart girl, but what the hell was she thinking? That's so stupid.
It's crazy, isn't it? It was bizarre.
I get these phones nowadays, they're pretty water resistant, they can put up with a lot, but I feel like if you're submerging it into salt water, one thing, I feel like that's taking the piss a little bit.
I do like her optimism as well, though, because I said, what did the phone immediately break? And she's like, yeah, but I still got the video of the turtle. It went to the
straight to the cloud.
It went to the cloud pretty immediately, actually.
It went viral and it was all worth it.
The cloud still works, but it's underwater. So she got her turtle video, but the phone broke.
What are some of the dumber ways you broke your phone? Or do you know someone who broke their phone in a stupid way?
Boys, I have a really stupid story. So back in many years ago, I did the City to Bay and I decided to run it because of Fitspiration, obviously.
Absolutely.
And I didn't have anywhere to put my phone. There was no leggings with the pockets in the side of them. So I decided to slip it into my bra.
Yeah.
Obviously jogging 12 kilometres. I'm
promiscuous.
a sweaty girl. And I waterboarded my phone.
Wow. Oh, right.
From my sweaty boobs.
It didn't fall, it didn't slip out or anything.
No.
So literally the sweat.
Drowned.
The sweat of just being in the bra there.
Yeah.
How do you explain that to the phone repairer?
I tried to put it in a thing of rice and it never came back. It was done.
Somebody's texted in saying, yes, every time I go to a Fresh event, I drop my phone or spill a drink on someone else's phone. Sorry, Davo.
I was wondering why my phone didn't work after that last one.
A big glitchy. Someone said, my boyfriend broke my brand new iPhone 5. I put it on the bedside table that had a portable aircon resting on the top. He put a wet TV over the AC to dry and it dripped all over my phone and it broke and I had to use an Android.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, sorry you had to use an Android for a bit there.
This one here says, I was once standing at the toilet having a wee. The phone slipped out of my hand straight into the bowl. Not only was it broken, but I needed to clean it.
See, I don't get this, people that'll, stand up, have a wee, and be on their phone at the same time.
It's risky behaviour.
It's so risky.
You've only got one hand free, for goodness sakes, just concentrate on what you're doing.
Hey, we're going to head over to the phone lines. We've got Ryan from Salisbury on the line. Ryan, can you talk us through how you broke your phone? Because it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago and I was at the work site, which is a site toilet.
Yeah.
And as I was standing up after I'd finished off pulling up my pants, I felt my phone slip out. And as
it's like a little metal latch there, and I just watched it go straight down, and I got a metal rod, had a look inside there, and it was just a cesspool. I'm like, no, not getting that.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay. And I also can see in your text that there was a bit more of an issue with it because you had a crypto wallet on there.
Yeah, so, literally yesterday I was about to go back. I had a rubber glove and a bag to go and fish it out, and I thought maybe I'll try and get it working so I can get access to the wallet. But yeah, unfortunately, I looked up on the internet. It says it's probably pretty rooted.
Does anyone else on the job site know about the incident, or have you kept it hush-hush?
Yeah, the supervisor there knows about it.
Also, can I just... Ryan, I can see here in your text as well, you said, I tell my missus all the time, it will be a dream of mine to get a picture with you three. Baby,
that's
we're in the business of making dreams come true. Pop by the fresh office anytime, Ryan.
3 Cinema Place.
Sounds great.
You need your phone first.
Do that.
Good on
Dream.
Good on you, Ryan.
I'll bring that with you to have a look.
Thanks for getting involved, mate. Hey, we've got Russell from Trot Park on the line. Russell, mate, how'd you break your phone?
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so about 15 years ago, I was abseiling building, cleaning some windows. I got a phone call from one of the bosses. Like, it was for the person next to me.
Yeah.
Passed it over to them. They had their chat. Grabbed it back, went to put it in my pocket. Missed my pocket. Fell 18 stories.
Oh, my God.
18 stories?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Smashed into the exclusion zone. Bits of it flew off. Some went onto the road. I was like, oh, that's wrecked.
Yeah.
Finished my drop, got down there and picked it up, put it back together, and it worked.
It
Nokia
worked.
5110.
Wow.
Nokia 5110.
Yeah, solid.
Jeez. I'm surprised I didn't go straight through the ground all the way to China.
I bet,
Yeah, the brick.
bet you thought your days of playing Snake were over in that minute when you saw it flying down.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I get older. The Davo, Tom, and Callum podcast stays the same age.
Hey, a pretty cool new article has come out to talk about all the really famous movie quotes that were actually unscripted and, you know, the really improvised, the really famous quotes that you think would probably take a lot of effort to, you know, chuck in a script and write it in, but instead they were all accident pretty much.
Cool.
So the first one we got is Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
So Matthew wasn't actually meant to be in the scene at all. He was just thrown in, and that was just an improvised line. That was just him jumping in. He didn't really know what to say.
Which is crazy that now, all right, has become his catchphrase. He does it, I think he does it in every movie. It's like written into every movie he's in.
He does it as well just in award shows as well. You know, it really is just Matthew's thing that he will hop on stage and do it. Everyone wants to hear
and
him do
everyone
the line.
that does an impression of Matthew McConaughey does it. All right.
They start with that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Nice one, Tom.
The other really big one, Midnight Cowboy, Dustin Hoffman.
I'm walking here.
So this one's really interesting because he actually almost just got hit by a car. Like a taxi came on the side of the road as he was filming
so that wasn't
scene. So it's not. It's literally as they were filming it, and then when he strikes the roof of the taxi, Dustin Hoffman's pissed off. He almost got sideswiped by this taxi while they were filming, and it just left it in the movie. That's him. That's just purely him, what he'd say. Once again, becoming a huge quote.
Yeah, that's a massive one. I think everyone has said that once before in the New York accent.
Oh, and I'm sure
Go on, Davo, give it a go.
I'm walking here.
I'm sure. I'm sure as well. If you're doing a holiday to New York, like you have been to New York, Davo, surely you pulled out that line a few times.
Absolutely. Every time you're trotting down the street.
We got this one here as well. Titanic.
I'm the king of the world.
You know when you've gone and done something or said something out loud and you don't realize someone's filming you.
Yeah.
It's a bit embarrassing.
Sure.
One of those moments.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't in the script.
That makes me feel yuck.
It was on lunch break.
Yeah, I reckon it might have, I don't know if it was for sure lunch break, but it wasn't meant to really be in the movie.
Oh, that's so earnest from Leo.
They had the cameras going, and a young Leonardo DiCaprio was so happy that he was on this big movie set, so he hopped on the edge of, the makeshift boat on the set and started yelling it out, apparently. It's a bit cringe, isn't it?
It's heaps. Yeah, it's cringe now that you know the real meaning behind
I'm the king of the world, imagine.
Yeah, it's a bit egocentric, isn't it?
All right, what have we got to wrap it up?
So the last one we have is a very famous quote, and it is from Jaws.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
So apparently, you're going to need a bigger boat was a catchphrase that all the actors would say on the boat when something would go wrong. It was meant to be a little jab at the studio production of saying there wasn't enough money or budget.
Yeah, right.
So saying, I think it started because there was, a bit of a makeshift boat or whatever that didn't look good, and it started from that. But then it extended to things like if the lunch was late, if the caterers hadn't rocked up in time, they'd say you need a bigger boat. Or if something broke on set, if one of the lights just bursted, they'd say you need a bigger boat. So it became this running joke.
So did they, once it became the running joke, did they write it in, or did the actors just slip it in?
I think it was slipped in. I think it was slipped in as a bit of a gag, and obviously it worked because it happened in that timing where, the big shark comes about. So it was a bit of a gag between all the actors that kind of just slipped it in the movie.
Thank you so much for that. You're our movie buff here, Callum, and we appreciate the facts.
The movie guy. I mean, there you go. Some water cooler facts to take to work today.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
We are so excited because the Top 92 party has all been announced and voting is happening now. So if you head over to Fresh 927, click on the Top 92 voting and get onto it, you'll be able to vote for your favourite songs of the year.
Hey, always an exciting time of the year to do the voting and everything. And I'd say this year has been great with the amount of songs. It is absolutely huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Head to fresh927.com.au. Go vote now. I mean, we've even got graphics that you can share to your own socials to show your friends what you voted for.
Yeah, so just be aware you will get an email after you vote, and then it has a graphic that you can put up on your socials. We would love for you to share them on your socials and tag at Fresh927.
Yeah, but how's so many of the different songs we got? I mean, we got a bit of Peggy Goo. Fisher slammed it this year as well. He had a few tracks.
He did.
So did Skrillex. I'd say Skrillex had a good 4 tracks or so.
Skrillex has had an absolute comeback this year, hasn't he?
He smashed it this year, for sure. Chase and Status as well, really good ones for a few hits in there.
Now, guys, we have to have a chat about the songs we're voting for first. So we're gonna give each of us 10 seconds to describe why we think our song deserves number one and why we're voting for it as our number one song. So who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, Callum, what's your song?
So my song is Badadan. I think it's absolutely huge. I love Flowdown's voice in it. I mean, I think that he's come out of the woodworks a bit. He's been around a while, but he's slamming it. That deep voice just gets you going in that song, and I can't wait to mosh to it at the Top 92.
That's your time up.
The time's up. Hey. It sounded like it was a bad argument.
It's not a bad argument. Badadan has been an absolute hit.
And like I said, Badadan coming from Chase and Status.
Excuse me, sir. Your 10 seconds is up.
I'm just saying they also had Liquor and Cigarettes. They're doing very well this year.
All right. My choice for the Top 92 for 2023 has to be Rhyme Dust by Dom Dollar. Now, this song has longevity. It was released in February and I still listen to it every single day. It also won the ARIA for Best Dance Electronic Release and it beat out Troye Sivan and Fisher. And not only that, Dom Dollar does the best DJ booty bop behind the decks and has a killer moustache.
A killer moustache. Yeah, just like to chuck that in. We do know you like a dude with a moustache. I reckon you're crushing on Dom Dollar there a little bit.
Well, my song, in terms of longevity, is sort of similar, Davo. It's Boys a Liar Part 2. Pink Pantheress, Ice Spice. This is a song that absolutely gets you up and about. And before you think that it even doesn't have a chance, this thing's peaking at number 3 in the national Billboard Top 100. Number 3, need I say more?
Right.
Okay. That's an odd choice, though. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it was a bit left field, I reckon.
I reckon every year my choice is heaps left field and it ends up in the 50s or 60s. But it's a fun summery tune. I think it would be perfect at the Pier Hotel in Glenelg.
Definitely, but I mean, all three of those songs are absolute classics this year, and I'm already seeing them getting voted for quite a bit in everyone's reshares of the top 92 votes.
Now we're throwing it to you, Fresh Fams. What song will you be voting for in your top 92? What's your number one song of this year? We're going to go to Cheltenham. We've got Smurf on the line. Smurf, good morning as always. What song are you going to be voting for in the top 92?
Definitely Prada. It has been an absolute amazing song.
Oh, 22 in Paris, baby.
Jeez, Smurf, I have high hopes for Prada. I'm seeing it pop up in a lot of people's votes so far.
Yeah, it's been an absolute great hit this year, that's for sure.
It's a cracker. It absolutely is. Hey, who's that?
That's little Gwen. So the Fresh party is actually on her birthday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right. Well, is she celebrating at the top 92 or what?
Maybe. I'm considering bringing her.
Yeah, no.
Better be there.
Good on you, Smurf. Thanks for getting involved. Jeez, Prada. That is going to be a heavy hitter, isn't it?
I think it's very in contention for a good spot.
All right, let's go to North Plimpton. We've got Kane on the line. Kane, good morning, mate. What song are you going to be voting for in our top 92?
Morning, guys. I'm going to be voting for Liquor and Cigarettes.
Liquor and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a good one.
That is a good track, isn't it?
Absolute banger.
What's your favourite part about Liquor and Cigarettes? Is it the filthy drop? Is it the vocals?
The liquor, the cigarettes.
Yeah, the subject matter?
It's just everything. It just all slaps, doesn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really
it's a great
does.
one. It was so hard to narrow down my votes to 10.
Yeah.
I reckon I had 30 in the shortlist. There were so many good songs.
I've still put it off because I'm too scared. I know it's going to take me all day.
It seriously does. I might vote again.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're not allowed to.
Hey, let's go to Plimpton. We've got Alicia on the line. Alicia, good morning to you. What will you be voting for?
Miracle by Calvin Harris.
Yeah, a bit of Ellie Goulding as well. They've been good. This is a good track from this year. Nice summery tune as well. Like perfect to have a bounce to it at the Pier Hotel Glenelg.
Oh, you can't beat it. It sounds like an old school banger.
It does.
Definitely.
They don't make them like they used to, that's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely does have that wine-backy sort of sound. It's a cracking track.
Yeah, it's a good... Oh, geez. There's been plenty of good song choices already. I mean, this is making my vote go even harder. Let's go to Brett over in Port Adelaide. Hey, Brett, good morning, mate. How are you?
I'm good, gang, yourselves?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Now, Brett, who will you be voting for in the top 92?
Well, I've got two that go hand in hand. It's got to be Davo's Crush Fisher with Take It Off.
Take it off. Brett, you know that was my close number 2 to Dom Dollar. I love this song.
Yeah, and then to go hand in hand, would you go to bed with me? The song, Dave. I'm not talking to you, by the way.
I don't know, subliminal messaging there. You could have been meaning both ways.
Yeah, oh, jeez. I forgot about Would You Go to Bed With Me. That's an absolute banger too, isn't it?
I reckon Would You Go to Bed With Me sort of fell under the radar a bit towards the end of the year, but absolute cracker.
It's a great song.
Brett, great choices there. I mean, how are you going to split that one? What are you going to do for number one?
I don't know, mate. I'm like Dave. I've got about 30. I've got to narrow them down. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Flip a coin.
Go Fisher.
Yeah, that's right.
Good on you. Good on you, Brett. Thanks for getting involved as always, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries. See you guys.
Hey, let's wrap things up here with Rahel over in Prospect. Rahel, who are you voting for in the top 92?
Hey guys, I'm with Smurf and I'm picking Prada by Casso.
Ooh, jeez, 2 Pradas.
There she is.
That's a really in Prada's favour, aren't they?
What's your favourite thing about Prada? Why is this the track you're voting out for number one?
Like someone mentioned before, it's just one of those songs that just reminds me of the 2000s club music, and like they said, they don't make them like they used to, but there's a few around and I really love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love nailing the lyrics to it when you're singing along. You feel like a real baddie once you've done it.
Hey, Rahel, do you know the lyrics very well? Could we get you to do this bit?
Gosh, no, I was about to say when you said that, I was like, well, I'm definitely alone here because I don't know all the words. I only know the chorus.
Oh, can you give us a little taste of the chorus?
The vocal run. Go on.
I'm in 22, I got Paris. Well, no, I fucked it up.
Close enough.
First you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
Bloody hell, being a parent is a thankless job. Just ask Callum's mum, Deb.
Yeah, pretty much. Hard work though. Hard
Low
work.
blow.
Low blow, but kudos to my mum. She does a good job, eh?
No, I've got so many mum friends and they say nothing is yours anymore once you become a parent. You know, kids just take.
Yeah.
And everything you once had is no longer yours. It's for the kids. And we're heading into the silly season, which no doubt would be a stressful season for parents. You know, you've got your heaps of money involved in Christmas, you know, around the family all the time. Presents, so many presents, and usually, you know, it all lands on the parents to sort it out, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this mum has taken to TikTok to share her hack for Christmas time, and she books herself an annual trip called the Annual Wrapping Weekend. And basically what she does is she books a hotel for 2 nights.
5 stars, I bet.
Yeah, no doubt. And wraps a mountain of gifts in peace away from her kids.
Is this what we have to look forward to as parents, the annual wrapping holiday? Can't we just go to Vanuatu or something? This sounds horrible.
I mean, you can do the wrapping over in Vanuatu.
If you
Sure,
want.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, it does. I think this sounds great. You know, weekend away from the kids, shack up at a hotel, get a massage, mud bath.
I guess there's nothing better than a little hotel stay, though.
Let's be honest, the wrapping's going to take you, what, like half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on how many presents you
Tom,
have?
we saw you wrap a gift the other day and it took half an hour for one.
Yeah, because we were all 3 of us sharing one roll of sticky tape. That's why it took so long.
I think so. You were being quite a
Quite
perfectionist.
delicate with it.
Yeah, well, I want it to look good, mate. So I have a bit of pride in my wrapping.
So does his mum.
You ripped it off anyway.
Also, but like if you're in your own private, you know, personal company, I think it won't take as long. You get it done. It'll take, depending on how many presents, it couldn't take any more than 2 hours out of your day, and then you've got the whole weekend just to relax in a hotel.
Can you imagine those big ass families though, when you've got all the cousins, you know, like an Italian family or something, it's like 30 different people that you have to do for all that wrapping.
That's when you call room service.
Yeah, you just get a bunch of like air taskers.
There's $100 tip in it for you.